COVID's going to be piggybacking, dude. Just holding on tight to your child's uvula, dude. So when your kid fucking kisses Pop on the cheek, oh boy, dude, that a wet kiss on Pop's cheek is going to be the end of him, bro. You know, the little glisten of child saliva just goes into like the crest to the side of his mouth, dude, and just COVID just gets inside him and collapses his fucking lungs, bro. That's what's gonna happen, man. You know, old people are going extinct, dude. What the fuck is up? This is the Constant State of Annoyance podcast, and I am your host, George Blaha. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for misclicking. I'm just glad you're here, dude. School is about to fucking start, bro. We're doing this, man. I really wonder what fucking teachers who are like about to retire, like, what are they thinking right now? Because honestly, like, I think you really want to give all these kids A's, dude. You want to give all these kids fucking A's, bro. Because if you give them a fucking B, dude, if you give them a fucking C, bro, they're coughing on the fucking handle of your car, dude. Of the car door, they're coughing on your fucking handle, bro. The amount of fucking middle schoolers coughing on each other as a goof, like coughing on their lockers as a fucking joke, is gonna be outstanding, dude. Like, they're gonna be fucking giving each other wet willies, dude. Wet willies is gonna get you expelled now, man. Like, it's better if you punch another student in the face than if you give him a wet willy, dude. Wet willies are going to be banned from middle school. I don't know if people still give each other wet willies. I think they just, like, I don't know, leak nudes, you know, from one another and then post it on the internet. I really don't know if, like, all the bullying is, like, in-present bullying or if it's all, like, e-bullying now, which is, like, the most pussy and dumb thing to fucking do, man. Like, not only, like, are you posting the evidence of the bullying? Because if you're gonna bully someone, right? If you're gonna hurt someone because you know you're going through puberty and you're a miserable fuck and you're super antsy and you want to take your anger on someone who's like smaller and you know that they can't do anything about it, you gotta fucking just say things verbally. You just have to say it to their face, man. I mean, number one, you get maximum fucking pleasure out of insulting someone face to face, because doing it on the internet, like, they could, like, you know, not respond immediately, you know, like, wait 30 minutes, you know, walk it off and then, like, decide to ignore it or, like, respond with something wittier. But in person, you could see the pain of your comment just manifesting inside their head, and you could see that pain through their facial expressions, and that's beautiful. That's fucking gorgeous. As someone who was accused of bullying when I was in second grade, was I a bully in second grade? You know what? We're gonna fucking talk about this. I wasn't planning to talk about this. By the way, I've tried to do this fucking podcast. I've tried to do this goddamn episode. Literally, this is like the 7th fucking time, dude, and I'm just not here. Okay? This is going to be the episode, whether you like it or not. Episode 99, it's not important. As long as I bring my A game to next week, which is episode 100, I don't care. And, I don't know, I guess I was a bully, but it was like a last resort type of behavior, because I didn't go out of my way to make fun of this person. I just, I had my little group. I had my little gang, you know, and, like, in our gang, we already had the one kid that wasn't a fast runner. You remember ever playing tag at school? By the way, can you play tag now? Like, how the fuck are they gonna do it in the schoolyard, bro? Like, what, kids can't play tag now? Then what's the point of going to school, you know? Jesus fucking Christ. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Like, fucking 6-year-olds, man, like, picking their nose and, like, putting a booger, you know, under a desk. Like, are teachers going to be, like, giving PowerPoint presentations Are teachers going to be giving PowerPoint presentations about how picking your nose and sticking a booger under your desk may be potentially killing someone's pop, someone's gam, someone's meemaw, someone's nana? It's putting a booger under someone's desk is going to make someone's pop go bye-bye? Is that what they're going to fucking teach these kids, man? I mean, kids are fucking constantly, especially like the younger ones, they are constantly just spilling fluids just out of as many orifices as they possibly can. They're either sweating, they either have fucking saliva, they either have fucking boogers hanging from their nose, accumulated snot on their fucking shirts. Like, kids are dirty, man. They're constantly leaking, bro. They're constantly leaking. I really wonder if fucking like, if that's what pedophiles, wow, I said pedophile in the most weird manner possible. Pedophiles, the pedophiles. There's no fucking way that there isn't like some pedophilic show that's just called the Pedophiles, Files. But I really wonder if that's what these creepy pedophiles find attractive of fucking kids, just look at the snot rolling down that one. Just so young, innocent, and leaky.
Oh, despicable me.
Yeah, it's a horrible joke. My point being, dude, I don't know. I just don't know, man. It's just, how are they going to do that? But is that going to be like a PowerPoint presentation, Like the same way that I've talked about this, the same way that they're constantly scaring teenagers to have sex by showing them like the worst, most infected, syphilis, fucking infested genitals that they possibly could pull on the internet and put on a PowerPoint presentation. They just, they're just filling your brain up, dude, with just overly infected genitals, dude, that they possibly photographed those genitals from a dead guy that had syphilis, from some guy that lived under a bridge for 10 years, never treated his syphilis, and then died, dude. Those are the worst pictures ever. Because if you really look at other pictures of maybe herpes, syphilis, it's there's just a couple of spots and maybe a little ugly. But the ones that they showed me, man, were fucking traumatizing. And is that what they're going to do, man? Is that really what they're going to do because I don't even know what they're going to do, man. Kids are constantly fucking swapping fluids, man. So I don't even know how that's going to go down. And again, to go back to the pedophiles, truly, your best defense is, number one, cross your fingers that the pedophile is old, which is weird. It's weird to be a 23-year-old pedophile. You never see those. Maybe because they know about VPNs and stuff and they don't get caught. But you never see, they're always, creepy old dudes. You know what I mean? So it's the older a guy is, man, all of these parents have to teach their kids to fucking pull down their mask and sneeze in strangers' faces if they approach them or whatever. That's what you got to teach them, dude. I'm telling you, the amount of kids that are gonna be sent to detention because they coughed on each other, dude, is gonna be fucking wild, man. I really don't know how that's gonna go down, but it's gonna be fucking interesting. And a lot of fucking grandparents are gonna die, by the way. There's a lot of kids that are really attached to their grandparents, and the fact that they're gonna be swapping fucking fluids, sitting on desks where other children sat before them, touching the bottom of a desk and then scratching their eyes, with all that, with all those boogers, with all those bloody boogers that are just wiped under that filthy, disgusting, gum and booger infested desk. Your kid's gonna be a carrier. Although I don't know if the super spreaders are real or not. I don't even know what's real anymore with COVID. I decided to tune out. I think most of us decided to tune out, man. I think, in a way, I've been thinking about this a little bit. I think that the second that, the Black Lives Matter movement just, reignited, I think everybody was dude, I there's literally nothing I could do about COVID. there's literally like the fact that the best way to fight this thing, air quotes, we still don't know, how we did to fight this pandemic on the long run. We're going to judge our actions in the future once we get there. But I really think that once that Black Lives Matter movement came in, like, we're like, fuck yeah, something we could do something about. You know what I mean? Like, we finally had something to do, bro. Even if you didn't care, even if you really didn't care about Black Lives Matter, even if you were someone who just like, I don't know, man, you just went to the bar, or you just, you had your little activities, but you didn't watch much news, you didn't participate in political discourse. Like, the fact that you were stuck in your house for so long, and maybe you were okay economically, financially, you're fine, but the fact that something just popped up, like a cause popped up, it's like if you were playing like Elder Scrolls Skyrim, dude, and there was like, or just like any RPG game, and like you check the fucking quest log, and like for months, dude, you were forced to play this video game just to sit in your cabin, dude. You couldn't leave your cabin. Imagine putting a VR headset, bro, and for like 4 hours, you're forced to like wear this headset and sit in a fucking Elder Scrolls cabin, just doing nothing, dude. Just reading the same 4 books over and over again, and then a quest pops up, and a door unlocks, and it's just like, fuck yeah, just like as a human being, dude, you're going to go out of your house and do something. I don't even know how I got there. My point being, man, it's like, I don't even know. Like, a lot of kids are gonna have fucking, COVID's gonna be piggybacking, dude. Just holding on tight to your child's uvula, dude. So when your kid fucking kisses Pop on the cheek, oh boy, dude, that a wet kiss on Pop Pop's cheek is going to be the end of him, bro. The little glisten of child saliva just goes into like the crest to the side of his mouth, dude, and just COVID just gets inside him and collapses his fucking lungs, bro. That's what's gonna happen, man. Old people are going extinct, dude. I really think so. And you know what? So be it. Like, let's... I thought about this. I'm not saying I believe in this. I'm not saying this is the way I see old people. But the reality is that, like, with technology, with how much we have evolved, like, as a fucking species, dude, like, this whole, like, respect your elders, just the idea of an elder, of this, like, person who's lived more than all of us, and he has the knowledge of life, and he is the one. It's his duty to carry down that knowledge generation upon generation. It's like, you don't need a pop, dude. Like, this is the best time to be an orphan, bro. Be an individual. Don't fucking let your fucking parents, your fucking heritage, your fucking last name dictate, your personality, dude, just because, there's no need to have a family. Let's be honest. We don't need a family anymore. Being an orphan is like the best way to be. Of course, if your state or area has a pretty, has a lot of money put into your orphanage, it's not one of those like just sad, cheap Chinese orphanages. But I don't know. I remember seeing a documentary about like wasn't an Indian orphanage. It was super sad, dude. It was fucking heartbreaking. But like, if being an orphan in a rich country, I think it's the way to go, dude. Because you don't like and I guess you are gonna like have like personality traits subconsciously rubbed off on you. But really, like, we live in an era where everything lies in our phones and our computers. Like, you could learn anything, dude. You want inspiration? You got inspiration. You want to know? You want to find a book and fucking buy it and read it about like the best way to be a human being? These fucking personal growth books. You have it, dude. You can even download it on a PDF. It's instant. I don't need Pop to tell me how to manage my money, bro. The fuck is he going to know? He's lower middle class. The fuck does he know about managing money? Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. I don't need a family. No one needs a fucking family to tell them, to help them out. I mean, sure, you need, like, financial help. You need, like, a base. But, like, when it comes to knowledge, dude, like, fuck that, man. You really don't need a family. You're better off on your own and with your cell phone charged. We have it all, man. And old people, do we really need old people cooking? Do we really, like, I mean, yeah, we're going to miss that food from scratch, but have you ever tried frozen, ultra-processed food in the fucking air fryer? Have you ever tried, dude, frozen food in the air fryer? Just whatever, man. Like, I don't, fuck homemade. Fuck homemade. Fuck your abuelita's meatballs. We don't need her. We literally don't need old people, man. There's a lot of people, like, I feel like the more our generation is fucking, the older we get, when we keep on spawning new generations and, the older generations just die and are annihilated. Like, we're not fucking learning how to cook, really. There's a lot of us. I know a lot of women. I've dated a lot of chicks that just don't know how to cook. Just don't know how to cook. And whenever I hear that, I find it gross and despicable. And not because I'm a sexist, but I need a woman that knows how to cook. Because if you don't know how to cook, what other basic human skills do you not know how to do? Huh? What other aspects of your life are you lacking? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of emotional intelligence gaps in your life. If your main source of calories is fucking chicken nuggets in the microwave because you're fucking too weak because you've been just eating microwavable chicken nuggets, you're too weak to turn the knobs on the toaster oven. And forget opening a pickle jar. Jesus, learn how to fucking cook. It's a beautiful skill, man. It's a beautiful skill. I think learning how to cook is super important because it's important to know how to feed yourself, but like just feeding others, when you learn how to cook something nice and other people enjoy it, it's just, there's something just beautiful in putting a lot of work into something and other people enjoying it, Like I got to do it with my cooking because like no one's enjoying this podcast, so I got to I got to find fulfillment in other aspects of my life. But yeah, man, we have air fryers. Like, and it's gonna get better than air fryers. That's the most beautiful thing, unless, of course, if like the, ice caps melt. But if the ice caps don't melt, if the liberals are wrong, fucking, it's gonna get better than air fryers, bro. I cannot wait until I'm 30 and like a new device comes on, man. I cannot wait. So yeah, dude, fuck old people. We don't need them. It's not only that, but it's like old people love talking about directions. We have GPSs. Old people love talking about the weather. Oh, I can feel it in my bones. I don't know why an old person's talking like that. What would be an old person impersonation? I don't talk to a lot of old people because I'm an ageist. I just don't like how they're fucking, how their skin's so loose from their I don't know. It reminds me of like well done, expensive ribs, how the meat just slides off the bone, and I can't afford ribs, dude. And I'm not going to cover an old person in barbecue sauce and start gnawing on him. That's not what I'm going to do. It's not the move. But let me see. I'm so bad at impersonations, but I'm going to do one. And whatever voice comes out right now, I'm going to stick with it, and it's going to be terrible. It's going to be fucking terrible. I said terrible. It's going to be terrible. Prepare to cringe. I don't even know what the fuck it is that I was going to say. Fuck that bit. Just scratch that bit then. Wow, that's just so disappointing. I'm fucking 19 minutes in. I'm not going to stop, dude. This is like the 7th time I try to do this fucking podcast. I am just not in it, man. I am not fucking in it, dude. I even forgot the bit. I'm so angry that I forgot the bit. You know what? I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to listen back, and I'm going to figure out the bit because I want to do the bit. I'm going to do the bit. Let's do the bit. And we're back. Yeah, I was supposed to do an impersonation of an old person saying, "Hey, man, yeah, these." I don't even know how to do impersonations. Okay, this is the one. I'm gonna do it. Whatever voice, whatever terrible. I said impersonation. I'm not doing an impression of a person. I'm doing an impression of an old person in general. This is supposed to be an ageist because if you generalized it, you end up being categorized as an ist. But here we go. Oh, I can feel the rain coming. I can feel it in my bones. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. And she's like, Jesus Christ, pop. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, honestly, again, I could see the fucking weather on my phone. I don't need the frail bones of an old person to know that it's going to fucking rain tomorrow or that it's going to rain in 3 hours. Like, bring an umbrella. My bones hurt. It's like, fuck off, man. Just get out of my way. You fucking have to put money. You have to put a lot of money into, like, getting them taken care of. Like, it's a bill, bro. It's a bill, dude. Fucking it's terrible. Being old, it's fucking terrible, man. And the more that like we evolve with like technology, like the less old people are needed, and it's fucking crazy, man. It is fucking crazy. What's like the life expectancy? Like 70, 80? That's too long, man. Like, I really don't want to be at the point of my life where I'm still conscious, but I'm just like shitting my pants, I'm consciously shitting my pants, dude. Like, I remember who I am, I understand that I'm 87 years old, dude. And I also understand that it takes me 15 minutes to get from my room to the fucking rec room at this fucking nursery home. Like, again, dude, just like shuffling, dude, and taking forever to get from one place to another. It's just fucking terrifying, man. It really fucking is, dude. It's just shitting myself. I don't want to consciously shit myself. If I get dementia, then yeah, whatever, man. I'll shit away. Unless if the move is before you become old, dude, you gotta because again, and I've talked about this, and I feel like I'm never gonna I don't know. I mean, I'm only 23. I don't know where my life's going to go. What are the next stages of my life? What's gonna, what event is going to fucking change me? But, I feel like my dad called me a sissy enough times for me to like stray away from getting a finger in my ass, or getting pegged. Which is fucking dumb because, as a guy, that's where our quote-unquote G-spot is. We have a sexual spot in our fucking anus. And it's, the fact that there's this, weird stigma that's been passed down generation upon generation. You know what? I think I don't know. I don't know, man. Because if I end up liking a finger in my ass, do you pass that down to your kid, don't make the same mistake as me. I'm, fucking 50, dude. And I got pegged for the first time, and I'm just a new man, I could get erections on my own without taking 3 pills, dude, without fucking snorting a Viagra, without snorting a Viagra and fucking chugging a 5-hour energy drink. What? I don't know, man. Fucking crying when I'm talking about the birds and bees of my child, just sobbing on his shoulder. I should have gotten pegged in my ass since I was 23. I don't know. I mean, it's there, right? So it's I should exploit it, but I've never done it. I am afraid of getting pegged, and there is that sort of, I don't know if it's homophobia. I don't know if it, but it's this weird fucking thing that's been passed down to me from my father or from society in general where I'll feel like a sissy if I get pegged. So I don't know, but I think you should get pegged by 50. You should try it out maybe. And maybe try to make that your thing. So when you start shitting yourself at a nursery home, you could slightly enjoy yourself a little bit more whenever, some fucking 37-year-old at a nursery home is lifting your legs and fucking wiping down your asshole. I think that's the way to go. At least there's something to enjoy there. You know, you fucking stare at her in the eyes. You throw a wink. I'm definitely winking at the nurses while they're wiping my asshole, dude. I'm definitely fucking winking at them, man. Or maybe not. I'm probably gonna have like Alzheimer's or like dementia. I could definitely see that. My grandfather had Alzheimer's. I could definitely see myself like doing a podcast in the corner, you know? Just like doing a 30-minute podcast, just talking in the corner nonsensically, like I'm basically doing right now, forgetting bits, you know, fucking being like, wait, let me pause the podcast so I could listen back to remember what was the bit that I was going to do, and then after pausing it, you know, this is me like at the nursery home, like staring in a corner. I like start slapping myself in the head, you know, because I feel like a dumb idiot, like I did after I punch myself in the ribs when I feel like I failed, when I feel like I'm not doing a good job, and right after I turn off this podcast, I'm definitely gonna punch myself in the ribs, and I'm gonna fucking just bang my kidneys because I deserve it, because I don't deserve happiness, and I don't deserve to not feel pain. And I got that from my mother's side of the family, because even when I got all eggs, it was never enough. So oh God, I have to do a couple more minutes of this. I don't have anything for you guys this week. I did have something, but I think I'm gonna leave it for next week. I'm gonna fucking develop it a little bit more. But being old, man, and I do feel like an old person, like trapped in my house, like no one comes to visit me. That's another thing. I remember like at the nursery home where I used to put, well, I didn't do it, but where my fucking, you know, where my mom would put my grandfather at, we would pass by that nursery home every day, and I shit you not, this is like the most terrible, sad thing ever, and the fact that like his genes are in me, I could definitely see myself doing that. But this guy would just, every time we would pass from the nursery home, like the gate of, it was like a small little, you know, complex, it was a little nursery home, and like the old people could like go outside and like take some sun outside, and you could see whoever was like, you know, outside inside the gates, but outside the nursery home. And every time, dude, we would drive by, and this would break my heart, like my grandfather was just like grabbing the bars like a fucking prisoner, dude, just wanting to get out, just staring outside. And I don't know if he ever saw us when we drove past him, but if he did, that's even more sadder, dude. Like he never like accepted, like, well, this is where I am. Like he always wanted to leave, dude. Always holding on to those bars, dude. And there's always that one old person at the nursery home. I remember every time we would go visit him, like when he was like really ill or when he was like behaving himself. I remember that there was always like one guy that was just always holding on to the bars. So when the nurses would like open the gate to like let a visitor enter the complex, like they would always try to escape, dude. And like these poor nurses, man, these poor nurses had to like shove an old person aside so they didn't escape. You know what I mean? It's fucking wild, dude. That's fucking crazy, man. Dude, you live all of your life, dude, to get like to be fucking forgotten, you know, around other dying people. It's like there has to be the most, I think, being in a nursery home, and I don't know what having Alzheimer's is like, but I think being in a nursery home and having Alzheimer's, I mean, like, whatever, at that point, you're not cognizant. But if you're, like, fully cognizant and you're just, like, this old person with a limp, or you're just, like, this old person that, like, slipped once, you know, and your fucking children are like, nope. We're not taking any risks. We're putting you in a nursery home. To be like the most like cognizant, you know, person in a nursery home has to be fucking just fucking depressing. Like you could still have conversations, but all these people are like, you know, like chewing on the couch or like staring outside a window for 4 hours, you know, or fucking shoving pudding up their ass or whatever the fuck old people do when they've gone crazy. That's fucking sad. That's where, that's that, man. I don't know. What's the best age to die? I think I'd say 60. Would 60 be the best age to just clock out, dude? And I don't mean suicide, but like, I don't know. I think, yeah, being like obese is the way to go. Like, fucking, I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, at 35, I'm going to stop working out. I'm going to stop taking care of myself. And I'm just going to be, just taking in that grease, bro. If my hamburger doesn't have at least 2 patties on it, if my fucking fries don't have cheese and chili on it, minimum cheese and chili, and extra salt, dude. I'm always going to be asking for extra salt packets. I want that heart attack at 65, bro. Clocked out. Did it. Give me the next life, universe. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me look for the inspirational quote of the week. I think I have it. Do I have it? Here it is. The longer I live, the more beautiful life becomes. Frank Lloyd Wright. This is a really beautiful quote, and I think it is true. Like me, like at 23, I've learned to appreciate things that I wasn't capable of appreciating at the age of 18. And I think that's very true. But the real reason why you start appreciating life more and you find life more beautiful is because you realize that your dreams are most likely not going to come true. So you start downsizing your look on life and you start settling and you die a failure. Anyways, that's the podcast. I'm sorry for this one. I hope you motherfuckers enjoyed it. If you're not following the podcast on social media, please follow the podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. All that information's on the episode notes. And if you enjoy this podcast, hey, share it with a friend. It really fucking helps. But anyways, I'll keep you motherfuckers posted. Peace the fuck out. Thank you, you kind stranger, for clicking on a random video that has 17 views. You're amazing. It's because of people like you that shitty artists or people who think that have talent can keep on living in their delusion.